Can Tom Sandoval finally set the record straight about the Victoria Lee Robinson controversy? For months, reality television fans have watched another chapter of drama unfold around Tom Sandoval. Just when many people believed the headlines surrounding his personal life had finally started to quiet down, a new legal dispute involving his former girlfriend, Victoria Lee Robinson, suddenly became the center of attention. Social media exploded with speculation almost immediately. Entertainment blogs rushed to publish updates, fan pages debated every new claim, and countless people began asking the same question: what actually happened between Tom Sandoval and Victoria Lee Robinson? Adding even more intrigue to the story was news that a restraining order had entered the picture. Legal disputes involving celebrities often attract enormous public interest, but this situation seemed especially complicated because very little verified information was available during the early stages. Rumors spread much faster than confirmed facts, making it increasingly difficult for fans to separate truth from speculation. As the conversation continued growing online, many people waited to hear directly from Tom Sandoval himself. Would he respond publicly? Would he explain his side of the story? Or would he remain silent while the internet filled in the blanks? Eventually, Sandoval did begin speaking publicly about the controversy, offering his perspective on what had happened. His comments immediately reignited debate, with supporters arguing that he deserved the chance to explain himself, while critics questioned parts of his account. The situation has become one of the most discussed celebrity legal stories among reality television fans, and despite the amount of attention it has received, many questions remain unanswered. To understand why this controversy has attracted so much interest, it's important to look at the timeline and distinguish between confirmed developments and ongoing speculation. Tom Sandoval has spent years in the public eye through reality television, where much of his personal life has unfolded in front of millions of viewers. Because audiences have followed his relationships so closely, every new development naturally attracts intense attention. Victoria Lee Robinson entered that spotlight through her relationship with Sandoval, but after the relationship ended, reports suggested that tensions between the two escalated significantly. Eventually, news emerged that Robinson had sought legal protection through a restraining order. That announcement immediately generated widespread discussion online. Many fans wanted answers. What led to the filing? What evidence existed? Had something happened privately that the public didn't know about? Or was the situation being misunderstood through incomplete reporting? Those questions became the focus of countless conversations across social media platforms. Unfortunately, legal disputes rarely unfold publicly in full detail, especially during their early stages. Court filings often contain allegations that have not yet been fully examined, while the other party may not respond immediately. Because of that, the first reports often leave significant gaps in the story. Those gaps can quickly become filled with rumors. Within hours of the news becoming public, numerous theories began circulating. Some people believed the legal action spoke for itself. Others argued that everyone deserved the opportunity to tell their side before conclusions were reached. That difference in opinion continues today. When Sandoval eventually addressed the controversy, he described himself as surprised by the legal action and suggested that he hadn't expected the situation to reach that point. His comments immediately became major entertainment news. Supporters viewed his interview as an opportunity to hear another perspective. Critics questioned whether his explanation fully addressed the issues being discussed. As with many celebrity controversies, public opinion quickly divided. Some believed Sandoval's account. Others remained skeptical. Many people simply felt there wasn't enough verified information available to confidently reach any conclusion. One important point often overlooked during heated online discussions is that legal filings and public statements serve different purposes. A court filing represents one party's legal claims. A public interview represents another party's personal account. Neither automatically resolves every disputed fact. That's why legal matters should be viewed carefully until official proceedings conclude or additional verified information becomes available. Throughout this controversy, entertainment media has reported on various developments, but many details remain disputed or unconfirmed publicly. That uncertainty has allowed speculation to continue growing. Every new interview generates additional headlines. Every legal update creates another round of online debate. Fans continue analyzing statements, searching for inconsistencies, and attempting to piece together a complete picture. Whether those efforts actually reveal the full truth is another question entirely. Celebrity stories often become larger than the available facts. Once enough people begin discussing a controversy, assumptions sometimes spread faster than verified information. A single quote becomes dozens of headlines. One social media post inspires hundreds of theories. Before long, separating confirmed developments from internet speculation becomes increasingly difficult. That's exactly why many observers encourage waiting for reliable information before reaching firm conclusions. As things currently stand, several aspects of the dispute remain matters of public discussion rather than settled fact. Sandoval has publicly offered his perspective. Robinson has taken legal action. Beyond that, much of the broader conversation consists of interpretation rather than confirmed evidence. Another reason this story continues attracting attention is Sandoval's history in reality television. His personal life has repeatedly become headline news, meaning audiences already have strong opinions about him. Some viewers approach every new controversy believing previous events reveal his character. Others argue that each situation deserves to be evaluated independently. That difference shapes how people interpret the current dispute. Confirmation bias can play a powerful role. People often notice information supporting opinions they already hold while overlooking facts that point in another direction. As a result, the same interview can produce completely different reactions depending on who's watching. Some hear sincerity, others hear damage control. Neither interpretation alone establishes objective truth. Only verified evidence can do that. Legal disputes also involve privacy considerations that limit what participants may choose to discuss publicly. Attorneys often advise clients against commenting extensively while matters remain active. That can leave long periods where little new verified information becomes available. During those quiet periods, speculation frequently fills the void. Fans continue asking questions. Entertainment websites continue publishing updates. Social media continues debating every available detail. Yet the overall picture may remain largely unchanged. Another important consideration involves the language used when discussing legal allegations. An allegation represents a claim. It does not automatically establish that every claim has been proven. Likewise, denying allegations does not automatically resolve disputed issues. The legal process exists specifically because determining disputed facts often requires careful examination, rather than immediate conclusions. That's why responsible reporting generally distinguishes allegations from confirmed findings. This distinction sometimes becomes blurred in online conversations, where emotional reactions spread quickly. For audiences following celebrity news, maintaining that distinction remains important. The current controversy has also highlighted how quickly public narratives develop. Within days of the initial reports, many people believed they already understood exactly what had happened. Others insisted no conclusions should be reached until additional information emerged. Those competing perspectives continue shaping discussion today. Whether future legal developments provide greater clarity remains to be seen. For now, much of the story remains incomplete from a public perspective. Sandoval's decision to speak publicly has certainly added another layer to the conversation. His supporters argue that everyone deserves the chance to explain themselves. His critics maintain that public interviews should be considered alongside all available information rather than accepted uncritically. Ultimately, audiences must remember that celebrity interviews represent one person's perspective rather than a complete record of every disputed event. The same principle applies to legal allegations. Each provides part of a larger picture. Neither necessarily tells the entire story on its own. Until additional verified information becomes publicly available, significant questions are likely to remain unanswered. That's often the reality with high-profile celebrity disputes. The public rarely has access to every relevant fact. Instead, people receive limited information through interviews, legal filings, media reporting, and official statements. Attempting to reconstruct an entire relationship from those fragments can be extremely difficult. As this story continues developing, new information may eventually clarify many of the unanswered questions. Additional interviews could provide greater context. Future legal proceedings may establish further facts, or both parties may eventually choose to move forward privately, without revealing every detail publicly. At this stage, patience remains important. The controversy surrounding Tom Sandoval and Victoria Lee Robinson has certainly captured widespread attention, but attention alone doesn't replace verified evidence. For now, the most accurate summary is relatively straightforward. A legal dispute became public. A restraining order generated significant media coverage. Tom Sandoval has since publicly shared his perspective. Public reaction remains sharply divided, and many details remain the subject of ongoing discussion rather than confirmed fact. Whether future developments significantly change public understanding remains uncertain. Until then, separating confirmed information from speculation remains the best approach for anyone following this story. As always, celebrity news evolves quickly, and today's headlines may look very different once additional verified information becomes available. What do you think about the controversy? Do you believe Tom Sandoval's public response answered the biggest questions, or do you think there are still important details that remain unknown? Share your thoughts in the comments below, and stay tuned for more updates as this story continues to develop.